Hey guys, what's up and welcome to another episode of the Goodcast Show. So today's discussion will be centering around MISI, the Malaysian Indian Skills Initiative, which is a community-driven program established to empower the Malaysian Indian community through skills training, vocational education and career development opportunities. MISI focuses on equipping individuals, particularly the youth, and those from underprivileged backgrounds with industry-relevant skills that enhance employability and entrepreneurship potential. By working with government agencies, industry partners and training institutions, MISI aims to bridge the gap between education and employment, uplift socio-economic conditions and contribute to building a skilled, competitive workforce within Malaysia. So today to talk about it, let's welcome a Pegawai Tugas-Tugas Khas to the Menteri Sumber Manusia and DAP Wilayah's Publicity Secretary, Mr. Diccam Lourdes. Diccam, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this and sharing about MISI. It's become quite a hot topic, I think. People are looking at it as a very good initiative, but we'll leave that to this interview to find out. So I think as to start, could you please explain what exactly is MISI all about?
Okay, MISI is Malaysian Indian Skills Initiative. Initiative started last year, November, and this is under the leadership of our Minister YB Stephen Sim.
Okay.
All right. So we saw, the ministry and also the minister, together myself, we saw the gap on Indians, the awareness for the Indians in Tibet. So we saw the gap. Because we've been going around to a lot of ILPs, a lot of Tibet institutions where we see the gap. And we were asking to ourselves why there is a gap, why there is no awareness or Indians don't know much about this Tibet.
So the gap you're referring to is that Indians don't participate much in
it's
Tibet?
not the very, very low participation,
Okay.
So that is when we actually came across this idea. We said, okay, why not we start an initiative?
Okay.
Because human resources, we are specialists. We are called specialists in Tibet.
Okay.
That is our specialty. So why not we come out with a budget only for the Indians, and let's train Tibet, more likely give awareness to all the youngsters, about Tibet. And we are right, because when we go around and talking about Tibet and doing all this training, Indians, they are not, they don't even know what is Tibet. That's bad.
What is the reason you think behind this sort of lack of awareness among the Indian community? Because other communities seem to respond to Tibet very well.
Correct. For example, Malays and Chinese, they know what is the future of Tibet. I think for Indians, maybe, I'm not sure, I might be wrong, maybe the community are so focused on getting the children to become a doctor, engineer, lawyer.
We are still in the mentality.
Yes. Yeah. So maybe that could be one of the reasons. And of course, those Indians who are staying in rural places, especially, they don't know about all this Tibet. Maybe their exposure is not there to the ministry, So,
do you think it could be because there is no clear path that is shown to these Indian kids, the youth, that what sort of career path they can go when they go into a Tibet sort of route?
You see, we are Indians actually. We are very connected to media. Whatever we see in social media or even newspaper, that's what actually comes strike their mind. And I think the media should play a role on this also. I don't think so media have given enough coverage on Tibet, I'm not against the media or what, but on Tibet, I don't think so they gave enough coverage, We've been picking up all the daily issues and, of course, some other Indian-related issue. We don't see Tibet. The media must give a lot of awareness. Of course, the ministry also.
But what is this MISI's long-term plan? Is it firstly a long-term program or is it just, because correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're targeting for 1,000 participants, right?
Okay, last year we have reached, we started in November for last year's budget. So we have reached 8,000 participants. We have trained 8,000 Indians with over 150 trainings.
Okay.
So that is MISI 1.0. So at that time, we only had 5 days training or 3 days training. But now, MISI 2.0, we have trainings up to 8 months. Train and place. We have 1 month training, 3 months, or even 5 months. So we have variety of trainings, and we now focus more on semiconductors, a bit high-level trainings. And placement is a must now for MISI, because that is where we get the end result.
So how many of these 8,000 were actually placed after their training was completed?
Okay, MISI 1.0 is more on skill. Upskilling and reskilling. And we had a few percentage of trainings that we gave placement. So around 300 actually they got a placement. 300 packs.
Okay.
Yeah, 300 participants. Yeah.
So this year, if I'm not mistaken, you say that you want to have 500 job placements by November 2025.
Correct.
So how far are you, or how close are you to that KPI?
Okay, 500 is placement. You see, under the human resources, we have HRD Corp and we have Talent Corp. So both of these agencies actually working very closely with MISI. And Talent Corp is conducting MISI training because they have in-house training institution. They have in-house trainers from the industry players. So through Talent Corp, they are offering 531 placement.
Okay.
And till now, we have reached around 120.
120.
Yes.
But how many people have you trained so far? You said MISI 1.0 was 8,000. How about this 2.0?
Okay, 2.0, currently we have reached around 400. That is the 5 days training, because we still have short-term training. We have reached around 400 to 500. And the one that I mentioned, Talent Corp is the one who attend the training. Right after the training, they will be getting the placement. So there we already have 100 plus that got the job, and another 80 is going through the trainings right now.
But before we got more into MISI, I mean, as you said, MISI 1.0 was 300 over 8,000. So that's a small conversion, placement, right? Placement ratio. Why do you think it's so low? I mean, could it be that you're not providing enough, the skills that are being trained here or reskilling is not targeting the more popular industries? I mean, why the low conversion then?
Okay, MISI 1.0, like what I told you before, MISI 1.0 is more on training. We upskill them.
Okay.
It doesn't come with a placement.
I see. So placement was not a focus.
It's not focused.
Okay.
So when we realized the 300 who got the job, that actually give us an end result. Our focus is whoever they attend MISI training, the life must be changed.
Okay.
There must be something good happening to them. And that is also the motto of my boss, Steven Sip. So when we feel that, okay, we have trained 8,000, but 300, they got what they need. They need, something good happened to them. 300 placement. So maybe that is an important thing that we have to look into. That is why in MISI 2.0, we make it compulsory. Placement, at least 80% from MISI 2.0 participants must get placement.
I see.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. What is the criteria of a person who wants to join this training?
Okay, MISI is basically it's open from 18 years above until 60 years also. We have participants at the age of 70.
70?
Yes, we have.
Wow,
we have.
okay, that's
so we
good.
don't
That's
stop
good.
them. We don't stop them. We believe that age is not a matter. If you have the willingness to learn, then it's okay. Of course, our focus is more on youths, but we don't put any age limit.
Okay. Now, the sectors that you are targeting currently is, I think, E&E, as you mentioned, IC design, water fabrication, EMS. Then you have software development, AI, cybersecurity, cloud computing. In terms of aerospace, you have MRO, high-value manufacturing. Global business services, you target HR, finance, IT support, and also food manufacturing, tourism, and retail.
Correct.
How do you select these sectors that you target, that you provide courses for?
Okay. Perkeso is one of our agency under Kementerian. So under Perkeso, we have My Future Job. So they have the data of job availability and also which job is in demand. All right. So we always engage with Perkeso. We will check with them what is the demand, what is the need of the industry. So that is where we actually got the data. Like all the industry that you have mentioned, these are the demand job even in Penang or even in Johor. In all the state, the demand is there.
Okay.
So we believe whoever get trained, for example, a person when he got a training in Penang, we don't expect him to go and work in Johor.
Of course.
Right? So we need the job to be around his place. So we don't believe in transferring people or sending them to another state. The job must be available in all the states. So Perkeso will give us all the top job in demand. So based on that, we will look for the training. Because there is no, there is no benefit if we do a training which has no demand.
Correct.
And end of the day, they will just attend the training and they will go back with a certificate.
Why specifically Malaysian Indian Skills Initiative and not, say, the Malaysian Chinese or Malays? Why specifically an Indian Skills Initiative?
Okay, I told you before, earlier, Indians, we have the awareness on Indians in Tibet is very low.
So this was just to address that.
Correct.
Okay.
Of course, before MISI also, we have a lot of free courses from HRD Corp. Very true. You know, even in NIOSH, Pekeso, and even in Talent Corp. But even when they gave free training, take-up rate from the Indians are very low. So actually, we started this MISI to give awareness, to tell people, to tell the Indians how important is Tibet, what Tibet is shaping in future, in another 5 or 10 years down the road. And if we don't do it now, I think the community will be left very far much behind.
Okay.
So the awareness must be there. So everywhere the training that we have, you know, we have training even in rural places, in Repa or, you know, in Johor, in one of the estates also, you know. I will take my effort. I will go join the meeting, the training, and I'll get the opportunity to talk with the participant. And every time I go for a training, I'll be talking about Tibet. I'll giving them example, and even when I ask most of them Indians, name me one Tibet university, they don't even know one Tibet university. But we have 33 ILP university in Malaysia.
Okay. So in the, I think in the statement that was released by MISI or in your website, you said that, like I said, you aimed for 500 placements by November 25 with competitive salaries starting from 3,000 and above.
Correct.
How do you nitpick the companies or the placements that you send these people who finish their certificate courses to?
This is where Talent Corp will come in picture,
Okay.
because they have all this industry, all these companies, all these even factories also, they are under Talent Corp. So Talent Corp will do the talking. They will negotiate with the company. They will put the demand and salary. Because from personally, if I do that, I mean, it is not right to go, you know, engage with a big industry such as Microsoft and all that. Talent Corp is agency, so they are authorized. They have the authorization to talk with all these industry players because they are under the Kementerian. So they will be doing the talking. They will have the demand and they will, absorb all these job opportunities from all the big companies.
Okay. Let's look long term. In your opinion, what is the potential impact that MISI would have on the Indian community?
Potential impact. Okay. Even now, we start to realize the impact, you know. A lot of people are talking about MISI. And youngsters, especially youngsters, they got the awareness about Tibet. You know, when we do a lot of content through MISI, when we go down to the field, and when the media now has started to pick up on all the Tibets, and the impact, we already felt the impact. And every time we go on live, for example, in TikTok, last year when we go on live about Tibet, sometimes there will be 3 view or 4 view. But now when we go on live, the viewers are around 300 to 400. So we saw the impact. People started to recognize Tibet, you know, the importance of Tibet. I don't compare Tibet jobs with doctors or engineers. No, I don't compare. But we are just focusing on how well or, you know, how established Tibet going to be in demand for the next 5 years. So that's where they are opening their eyes now, you know.
How does MISI rank next to MITRA?
Okay.
In terms of the sort of course, a MITRA is more like a fund, right?
Yeah.
MISI, I'm not talking about that level, but I'm saying in terms of MITRA selecting NGOs to carry out programs, how does MISI and MITRA align with one another? Since you guys are part of the same government
Correct.
and doing almost the same thing.
Actually, this when we had this idea, we need around 20 million. That is our basic budget that I proposed. So when we came out with 20 million, Minister also was thinking, okay, where should we, get this fund from? Should we get it from MOF or, Prime Minister? Then I gave idea to the Minister. Maybe we can check with MITRA. MITRA is doing a lot of trainings. They're conducting training, they're giving to the NGOs and all that. Why not we engage? Because we are from the ministry. And if we conduct the training, the credibility is that we have the credibility.
Definitely, yeah.
And everyone is recognized us. The whole Malaysia definitely recognize the ministry. Why not we engage them? We propose to them. Maybe we can get a part of the fund and we'll run the training. We call it at MISI Kesuma Mitra. So at that time we spoke with YB Prabha. And yes, he is really interested. He said carry on, and we got 10 million from Mitra. So that is for last year. 10 million from Mitra. 10 million from HRD Corp. And another 10 million is by the Prime Minister. He gave a special peruntukan lah from MOF. So he actually made up to 30 million. We requested 20 million. But PM said, it's a very good plan. You need to do this. You need to give awareness for the Indians. And he added the budget last year.
Plans like MISI, of course, have a impact lah, definitely, because it can get people placements and, more people working among our community, the better for us, right? But generally, we've seen these sort of plans, these sort of activities, initiatives tend to be swept under the carpet when there's a change in government.
Okay.
So is MISI under threat of that? If, say, we have a change in government in the next general elections, will MISI be something that will be able to be closed down or discontinued or something? Or is it like permanent fixture?
No, actually, of course, this started by Kerajaan MADANI. But I can't promise you if there is a change of government, MISI will be there or not. I'm not sure, but whichever government that comes in, and if they have the good intention on Indian community, they will not take away MISI.
Okay.
Because it's progressing well and it's benefiting a lot of Indians. Why they why they have to put it under the carpet if there is a good government?
Some people have perhaps even maybe suggested that MISI was there to just brownwash the whole MADANI promises, saying that, because there's a lot of opposition saying that MADANI has not done anything for Indians. So was it created out of a spur to showcase that, no, this is MADANI's commitment to the Indians?
That's how they are looking at it. Sometimes, of course, opposition needs some bullets. They always need some bullets. They are fighting for bullets.
Yeah.
And even if we start up a new initiative also, they're going to say that we're going to, we're going to act in front of the Indians, or we are covering up something, or we are throwing out sweets. They will surely be saying that. But MISI is being initiated with very much concern on the community. Our focus is TVET should reach the Indians, whatever age they are. Okay, so those who think that this is a political game, that is up to them.
But it's not. It's a sincere.
Of course, it's not.
It's part of the plan.
Of course, it's not. If not MISI, I'll ask our guys to add rocket beside of MISI logo if I want to promote my political party. We don't do that. We promote the government. That's all.
Fair enough. Now, what is your opinion, considering that MISI is under Talent Corp, which is a government agency, and you guys are doing the trainings? Like you said just now, I guess it's more credible than an NGO. Is your opinion that all skills initiatives like what you're doing, training programs, should be under the government, under an agency, as opposed to under an NGO, like what MITRA is doing?
Okay, MITRA, they have their own structure, how they're going to spend the fund. They have their key focus area. So I don't want to touch on that.
No, but I mean that, do you think that training programs should be handed out by agencies so that it's centralized to an agency, so in that case, should we do away with NGOs, supporting NGOs who are providing training programs, or can it be entirely handled by you guys? Okay,
the training conducted for MISI, the training providers registered under HRD Corp and also in Talent Corp, and it's not easy to be registered under HRD Corp. There's a lot of process. They have to submit a lot of documents. Even the trainer, they need to get the certificates, So they are actually authorized people to run courses. We don't run MISI courses. Training provider run the courses. And when they come out with a certificate, it is under the ministry's certificate, which is human resources. Whole Malaysia knows, and even other country, when you bring out our Jata in the certificate, other country, they recognize it. Throughout the world, people will recognize. So it is good, it will be better, and I think it could be very thoughtful for MITRA if they can put all the trainings under HRD Corp to run for them. Yeah, why not?
Now, one of the criticisms, although there's quite few, I must say, thrown at MISI, is that it says that there is no system currently in place to track employment outcomes such as job placement, employee details, time to secure employment, salary levels, and whether the training effectively raises the socio-economic status. What do you say to this criticism thrown at you guys?
First of all, we run a lot of trainings. Like what I said, we have 500 over jobs, and each are unique as it is. Maybe one training, it needs 1 month training, training. One of the course maybe only 10 days training. So we have a variety of trainings. So if you raising a question how to track or how to get an end result, of course, is in our website. or even in our TikTok, we always post on all the success stories there. That is how we track our success lah. We get testimonial from the participant, whoever that benefited from MISI.
Yeah.
They always give us testimonial, and our TikTok are flooded with all the testimonials. That's how we have to show. We can show the records. Even in Parliament also, a few days back, there was a question arised regarding MISI 1.0. They requested for all the cut down, and we have given all the details, the breakdown and all that. Even that will be published, and I think by next week, we will be publishing the full report of MISI 1.0, because MISI 1.0 is complete last month. So we're going to publish it in all the main stream.
I'm just curious, what is the difference between MISI 2.0 and 1.0?
1.0, we focus more on upskilling and reskilling.
2.0 is about placement. Okay. Now, what do you say to people who criticize MADANI, since you're part of the framework now, who criticize them by saying that MADANI has done nothing for Indians? They have broken their promises, not kept their promises. What is your reply to that?
I'm not biased, of course. I will never put on my government. Of course, I will defend. I would say it's a lie. It is a propaganda started by the opposition. They don't have much to say, And
why is it a lie?
Why is it a lie? Why? What has been told by them? Indians is not getting anything out of MADANI. They are not getting MITRA money or assistance. We don't see that. MITRA is going on now. They are more focused. That is why the delay. They wanted to really reach the target audience. It is not a matter of finishing the 100 million and that's it. Our job is done and Indian has benefited. No, this time the Prime Minister itself, he wanted to see the changes in MITRA. He wanted to focus those who are really in need. We should go to them and the money should be sent to them. That is why there was a delay. Even in that 1-2 months delay, the opposition has started the propaganda. Indians are not getting anything. Indians are not getting anything. But if you go down to the ground, everyone is benefiting from the MADANI government. Everyone. We are talking about everyone. You see, I have my personal opinion. Maybe I can get bashed because of saying this. For me, when we talk about Kerajaan MADANI, we talk about Malaysians. In total, what we are getting from the government. Our GDP is going up. No one says, no one can ignore that. Our GDP is going up, our economy is going up, our currency is going up. A lot of investors is coming in. That's the numbers. That's a fact. It's a healthy thing for the country. And also, the kadar pengangguran, the what they call it? Unemployment is going down. If you check the latest numbers, it's going down.
Okay.
So, in total, the country is in a healthy state. If you ask me, it's in a healthy state. It is just that maybe some of the policy, you call it as unpopular decision taken by the government. Government have to take some unpopular decision. But if you look at the whole view of it, it is something that healthy is happening in Malaysia. And of course, there's no corruption. You heard any corruption happening? Did the opposition found out any corruption happening in Kerajaan MADANI? That is the cancer for the country. But for now, by God's grace, there's nothing. There's something that we are proud of.
I mean, to find out whether there's corruption, you have to wait for the next government.
Yeah, you can.
Of course, you will say there's no corruption. But in terms of the criticisms that have been thrown towards MADANI, and because, again, I think MISI is one of the examples of good work being done. That's why I wanted to speak to you as well, because I do believe in reskilling and all that, which will really help our community. But one of the, like as you said, in terms of MITRA, for example, there were so many programs that were approved by MITRA but declined by the Prime Minister. So why is such a thing happening?
I'm not sure it's been declined by the Prime Minister or the committee, because I'm not part of MITRA. I shouldn't be talking about MITRA. First of all, I shouldn't be talking. But they are part of the government, and we are government servants. It is not be cancelled by the Prime Minister. I don't think so. It's been cancelled. But like what I said before, they are focusing on where the money should go, where they should put the money, so that there is an impact on the community. They are very much focused on that. Of course, MITRA has been, before MITRA it was Seri.
Sitting.
And same amount of money, 100 million. But the community or even the country don't see much impact on the community. End of the day, it will be, spent on a lot of things that doesn't have the impact. So maybe that is the changes that the Prime Minister or MITRA wants to have. So that is why there's a gap. And I think we will see the impact maybe next year or next 2 years or from the next government.
I agree with you. Perhaps it's not fair for you to talk about MITRA and all that, as you say, because it's it's although the same MADANI but different entity. Yeah. So let's go to DAP then.
Okay.
Right, DAP.
Please.
So DAP. Okay. I think there was a time in a moment where Perikatan had said that they're going to focus more on the Indians now. In terms of their campaigning. They can't lah. They're opposition, right? But they say that they want to campaign to the Indians because the Chinese won't move. So some of it passed, right? So that was the strategy. And then after that, we saw DAP announce that they're going to bring back the Bureau for Indians, I think. It was under Ramkarpal Singh.
Yep.
Right?
It was there before.
Before that, but then now they're revitalizing it.
That's in Penang only.
Penang only. So what is DAP doing in terms of its support for Indian issues? Because DAP has been quite quiet, actually.
No, since you have quoted about Perikatan, right? You are saying that they want to do something for Indians. I always ask this question to myself. Why suddenly Perikatan has fallen in love on Indians? Why suddenly all this happening? Why is it not happening before this? Or why? First of all, I'm not sure whether an Indian can become a member of Perikatan or not. They always sideline. They will have their sayap or, wing. But they can't be the member. Just like, because Perikatan is... Bersatu is there, PAS is there, and Indian and Chinese can't be a member. So I don't know where they are studying. Maybe, of course, they got
and all that.
They got their own party.
But to be fair, they have an Indian party. You guys don't.
Hey, Kerajaan Perpaduan, we have MIC.
I like how you use MIC now as an example. Very interesting. No, but I get that. I mean, of course, PN have their issues, but let's focus on DAP now. What are you guys doing for Indians?
Actually, you see, I'm a DAP man. When I become a DAP member, we actually, our first idea is our DAP motto, Malaysia. We are all the same. That is why we choose to be in a multiracial party. When I say multiracial and DAP, I think most of them will not agree. They will say it's a Chinese party. No, I'm Indian. There's so many Indians. Our first Secretary General was Indian, Devan Nair. DAP was, the members are there are quite numbers of Indians. Yeah. And still they're saying it's a Chinese party. That is the idea or something that has been fed by all our enemies.
No, but Malaysians. Can you really blame them? Because DAP is very silent when it comes to Indian issues.
Do we?
Such as like when it comes to MITRA, you guys were silent. When it came to a few other, even like now when there is opposition is asking, there is allocations in RMK 13 for Kampung Baru Cina, but what about the Indians? DAP is not saying anything as well. So you guys are not so vocal about Indians. So perhaps that is driving that perception that you all are Chinese centric and the Indians are just...
No. You see, maybe the public still seeing us as a opposition. Now we are in the government. Okay, when we are in opposition, of course, the shouting will be there. Well, where is our rights? The DAP lawmakers will be making a lot of noise because they are opposition. They are not part of the government. But now we are part of the government. And MITRA, of course, now handle... You see, in the government, we have PKR, DAP, who else? UMNO. All this coalition party is part of the government. And MITRA, as everyone knows, YB Prabha, he's from PKR. And it's under PM. PM is PKR as well. So when DAP question PKR, it will have some kind of dissatisfaction. There will be a bad relationship built, And I'm very sure DAP lawmakers, they have been raising this question about Indians in the parliament, even in the meeting, to the minister. What is the point when you, let's say, for example, you are a DAP, I'm a DAP, you are a DAP minister, I'm a DAP minister. Will there be a reason for me to go to the media and ask a question to you, to the media? No.
You have to
we can sit in the table, we will talk about it. So we know what's happening inside. Yeah. But I can't do any justification or tell to the public, hey, see, we are not keeping quiet, we are fighting inside the room, we are, punching the table, or we are shouting at each other. I can't be telling to the public all that is happening. But things is solved. Like MITRA is getting solved, correct? So there are role played by the DAP lawmakers. We are not trained to be silent.
What do you say to criticisms that even people who have come on the podcast, my podcast recently, have said that the Chinese are very upset with DAP because DAP is making life difficult for them?
The policy, like what I said earlier, the unpopular decision.
Yeah.
When we say that, example, there are tax added for the luxury items, correct? Yes. So that is for the rich to pay more. But the rich are keeping quiet. The poor are making noise. But actually, the poor are getting benefit from the from the system. You see, if you notice, the rich are keeping quiet, but the poor are making noise. Why?
But is it because of isn't it because of the fact that MADANI is just horrible at selling a narrative? For example, I'll give you an example. After 2018, when PH took over, do you remember that Tabung Amanah?
Tabung
Amanah, remember? Is it Tabung Amanah?
No.
Tabung something.
Tabung something.
Perpaduan or something lah. It was a fund that I think they said, look, please, people donate.
Tabung Harapan.
Tabung Harapan. Okay. To donate for the people, right?
Yeah.
And people actually, I think hundreds of million, I think 100
million.
100 million was raised from that, right? So I think people are willing to pay extra or contribute something, especially the M40 and above. They are willing to do something as long as they know the reason. For instance, when the SST expansion was announced, I never saw any explainers coming out from the government side explain to me, okay, why are we increasing and what is this extra income for government going to be used? I think if somebody had come to me and said, okay, you just pay a bit extra, but we will do this, we'll build more hospitals, we'll build that, it would have helped. So do you think MADANI is lacking in that part, the building of a narrative?
Correct. That one I will agree. We are quite poor in narratives, in communications. Maybe we have to back up on that, seriously. When we talk with the normal people, they are upset on all this because they don't know the benefit they will be getting in another 1 or 2 years, or how the country will turn into. With all these changes that's been held, they are not given the message. The message is not clear to them. So our narrative is quite bad.
What is your another big criticism coming towards MADANI now is the URA? Urban Renewal Act.
Yeah, only happened yesterday. Quite sensitive issue. Should I talk about it?
Please. What are your thoughts? Is it as Syed Saddiq recently said, YB Syed Saddiq said, should not be called Urban Renewal Act, it should be called Akta Rampas Rumah. What do you think?
That is over-exaggeration by Syed Saddiq. It is not that. URA, it is good to have URA. We have seen a lot of flats, a lot of PPR, and one of it is in Seri Petaling, which is near to my house, to make it easy, beyond of my school. I know about the flats. Very run down, very bad. But URA, if URA comes in, it will be a good thing for the resident. They are accepting it. But yesterday they have Tango URA. But for me, but what I have heard and the brief done by my colleges, I think URA is good.
Okay,
it's good. It should come in.
Another thing I would like to get your view on is definitely MCA. MCA now. Okay. MCA is
a very good friend for DAP.
Very good friend.
Very, very good friend.
Yeah, your best friends.
Very honest people.
MCA is now sort of playing the role that DAP played when you guys were in opposition. They seem to be opposing. They seem to be coming up with a lot of content that is going against the government, which I find a bit weird considering they are part of the MADANI framework. People, recently I had a former politician, Avda Singh, who suggested that if MCA stand independent, there will be a huge problem for DAP. Do you think that's right?
Nope.
Why so?
MCA, when you compare MCA and DAP, first of all, we shouldn't compare MCA and DAP because MCA is a Chinese party. That's the truth. No one calls MCA as a Chinese party, but people are calling DAP as a Chinese party. Whereby everyone is there, Malaysia is there, Chinese, Indian, everyone is there. So MCA and DAP are totally different. They are not us. And even if they wanted to champion the Chinese causes, it will not be like how DAP has championed the Chinese, Indians and Malay issues. I don't think so MCA can do it. And if they do it now, we will say it's a political drama. They're trying to gain back, the votes or support that they have lost many, many years ago.
Okay. When you're part of the Madani government, one thing that we have seen a lot happening in the Madani government is the tendency to sometimes flip-flop, pause, play. They don't seem to be very certain with the things that they're going to do. For example, like the recent URA has been tangguh already. It's sort of put on hold, I guess, okay? And this could have, and also previously was the SST, when certain goods were then removed from the SST list, right? And then, of course, the RON 95 has been sort of now postponed a bit. It's sort of postponed. So, do you think that is good for your future elections? Because it kind of sends the message that the opposition has such a strong hold of the decisions that Madani makes.
See, when Madani makes a decision, unpopular decision, like I told you before, the opposition are more keen to use the decision and relate it to a racial or religion issue.
Is it fair to say? I mean, you guys have Dr. Akmal, Mr. Multicultural himself.
No, he's from UMNO.
Same, of course. All brothers and sisters.
Yeah. Of course, there will be certain things that we don't agree with each other. There are certain things. There will be a different. We are not perfect. That's why I tell you, it cannot be perfect. No one can be perfect, relationship between the party. But when the leader of the party, they are united, we are okay with that, So Dr. Amal, he has his own way. He has his own mindset, maybe. His political view is different. So I didn't want to comment about him because things is done and, court case is going to start. So that's why we are actually afraid. What I can feel, the Kerajaan Madani now, we being very, very careful. We don't want to, be the cause of any racial propaganda to be started by the opposition. Everyone knows opposition are using race and religion in their political, for their political benefits, for the popularity. Everyone knows. And one small mistake from Kerajaan Madani, it will reflect bad, as in, like how you are saying, Madani doesn't take care of Indians, Who created all this narrative? The opposition. The opposition actually created all this. Even Prime Minister has given an explanation. Let's not see MITRA only assisting the Indians. There are a lot of things. For example, gaji minimum wage. That one is under our ministry.
Now to 1.7, right?
Now it's 1.7. Tell me who is, which community the largest is benefiting this? Example, I give you an example. In my office, Kementerian, there are two Indian aunties. They are cleaner. Before this, their salary is 1,006. So after deduction and all that, they bring back around 1,003 or 1,002. Now their salary is 1,007. When I ask auntie, how much, what is the impact? 100 ringgit, your salary is increased. What is impact? Is there any impact? Oh, the reaction that they gave me, they said, the 100 ringgit is so much valuable for them and they can cover the grocery, per week, 100 ringgit. So when we took the statistic, we saw number of Indians earning 1,007 are huge. The numbers are a lot of Indians. They are earning 1,006, 1,007. So they are benefiting. Every month, they are getting 100 there, And next year, it's going to be 1,008. So who is benefiting? Indians, Chinese, Malays, everyone is benefiting it. So we have to see
is it fair to say that Madani's progress is more towards a multicultural society? Their focus?
Yeah.
So it's more broad-based policies then we can expect from you.
So whatever that we have been left out, like MISI, Indians, we feel that we have left out. We are at the 10th spot, but Chinese and Malays are quite well-versed with Tibet. So that kind of thing, we need a special program so that we come together in the same line with all the races. So that is the gap. For the gap, of course, we need the special initiative, and that is where I think MITRA also coming in with the budget to close the gap. So let's say we have proven that Indians are very well versed and they know about Tibet and everyone is going after Tibet. Let's say the percentage or the study says maybe MISI will be stopped. Then we will focus on everyone.
Do you think another problem perhaps could be that I think it was at the recently Parliament. I can't remember which session it was. It was when the Prime Minister was announcing what are the efforts done for Indians. When he mentioned that besides 100 million, there's been close to $1 billion already given out in terms of
STR,
and all this kind of agency, Sara. And I think he sort of sarcastically hit at Datuk Sri Saravanan and saying that, talk like this is better, lah. Don't go out there and confuse the people and all that. So is it an issue that perhaps the Indian leaders itself, especially the MPs and the Adons in Madani, are not doing a good job in communicating these efforts done by Madani to the Indians? That is why they are easily influenced by the opposition, who every day are talking about what is wrong.
The Indian MPs, they do communicate. We can see the way they communicate, talking to their constitution or, in a TikTok video. But the strength is not there, if you ask me. And of course, when we are opposition, a lot of people hear us. But when we are in government, when we are talking to the people are not hearing us
They
much.
just want to hate you.
Yes. So that is reality. You have to accept that.
No,
you have to accept.
One of the things recently because I've had few guests, retired politicians and Indians and all that. And one of the biggest things being talked about now is that Indian leaders need to unite. Okay, because we are a small percentage in the community, only 7% of our electorate are Indians, but we have, I think, 15 parties or something. The number is double digits. Yeah, but active parties, I think, is about 5 or 6, not necessarily, but we've had. Okay. Do you think that's a pipe dream? Do you think that it's possible for Indian leaders across the aisle to come together and represent?
Should I talk like a politician or should I talk
You are
like
a politician.
A government servant? I'll give you an honest answer.
Please.
Okay, I'll give you an honest answer. I will never dream or hope all the Indian leaders to unite. I will never hope that. It will be good if happen, but I don't think so that will be happening. I don't think so. But my request is don't fight with each other. It's okay if you don't unite. You can do your work, you do your work, you do your work. You have your own constitution, you have your own role. Just do your role. What is people have elected you? What is their hope? What they want from you? Just do the whatever responsibility that you have. If you can't unite, it's okay, but don't fight.
Okay.
Don't fight with each other. Don't try to kill each other. Don't try to backstab. All this in politics happens everywhere.
Now, as we are heading towards Independence Day, I think one of the things personally for me that's been a huge sore point is that I think after 2018, after PMX took over, I think there's been an overplaying of religious issues, race issues, overplaying. It's gone too far already, I feel, right? And recently we saw that the AGC, I think, said that, was it the AGC or was it, I can't remember who said it. I think it's either the AGC or the Law Minister who said that there was not enough evidence to convict or to charge Zamri Vinod for all the things that he had said and, all these things, which the Indians, especially the opposition, don't like it. But again, DAP was silent. MADANI also quite silent on this issue. What is your thoughts on that?
Of course, I don't like it as well. We saw what Zamri Vinod has been talking. We saw what Ridwan T. That is unnecessary things which is happening. And if you realize, whenever Pakatan comes to power or whenever Pakatan becomes government, the racial issue will be booming up here and there. It will just come up just like that, But if previously when Perikatan was in power, there were no racial issue because we don't create any racial issue. It is true, the opposition now, they are playing. I've been telling this to you earlier. Opposition, the only bullet that they have is to create racial issue, to create hatred using race and religion. All this is their bullets. We don't do it. Of course, it has been expected. And that is why I say all those unpopular decisions taken by the Madani government, and sometimes they retract it back because of this kind of sentiment. They tie it back to the sentiment. Even URA, if you notice, there are demonstrations yesterday in front of Parliament. And they started to talk about Malays. No, URA is for everyone. But how they bring it, they are saying that kerajaan tengah rampas tanah Melayu, which is so uncalled for. Why do you say that? who brought the narrative? Of course, they don't show which party they are coming from, but why is it being tied up?
Is Anwar's biggest fear the opposition from the Malay community? That is why he has decided to pause on this. Even when we saw the whole masjid issue, the temple issue in Masjid India, it was again, it's a Malay issue as well. So is it the focus? But then when we see like from the other way around, from when
He ended very well.
No, he ended very well, but the quick action is only because, or the quick pause or retraction is because it's a Malay issue. When it's other communities, maybe not so important.
It is very sensitive things, I think PMX is being very, very careful on this. Touching on anything to do with religion, it is very sensitive now. Anything, even from a single word, something going to happen,
So shouldn't that mean that, because even the other day, I saw this video was shared with me that this one guy, I don't know who this guy is, but he's saying, he's saying, again, he looks like a Muslim guy, and he was saying how, the Muslims must bangkit, the ulama must bangkit. I think it's to oppose the URA. It's now become memed already, right, on social media. When I looked at that video, I thought to myself, I missed the ISA. Because this is dangerous.
Yeah.
This is dangerous. So shouldn't MADANI be more stronger in terms of, stopping racist and religious discrimination across all? Because they are not doing that.
Of course, we have to go hard on any racial issue, be it Malay or Chinese or Indian.
Yeah, anyone.
If you ask me, all the races, there are people who are racist. Not only Malays, not only Chinese.
Indians also, yeah.
Everyone. We are racist as well. Do you believe?
Yeah, of course.
And racial issue, of course, if kalau ikut hati lah, they'll say kalau ikut hati, of course, I want the government to go hard on those who are creating all this. But at the same time, I'll be thinking if they go hard, will that create another big racial issue? So I think PMX is intelligent enough. He is very wise on this. We are not into his experience. He have seen a lot of things. So I think whatever decision that he takes, I trust the leadership. I trust my PM.
Fantastic.
PMX. Please do not question that. I'm with the ministry.
Yeah.
So I trust whatever PM is doing, it is the right thing to do. I don't think so anyone else can handle what is happening now if it is not PMX.
Okay, before we come to the conclusion, and I think I want to wrap it up with MISI, but before that, another big thing that's being talked about by the opposition is that they are referring, they are bringing back the time when Anwar went on stage and danced like MGR and all that.
Okay.
And now they're saying that he's become a Nambiar because of the promises he has not kept. Last time Pakatan 2018 had 20 plus promises to the Indian community, the manifesto, right?
Okay. That is Mahathir.
Still PH lah.
Sorry,
You cannot be cherry picking.
Tun Mahathir, sorry.
Mahathir, yeah.
Okay.
But do you agree, or at least can you concede that the promises were not kept?
You see, PMX is a very jovial person. You can see it in TikTok. When he walk, he will just grab someone's handphone, then he'll go and take selfie. He's a very jovial person. What is wrong dancing in the stage?
That's fine. But we're talking about, because the way
they name it as a Nambiar.
Nambiar, because Nambiar is the villain, right?
Yeah.
So they're saying that when he was on stage, MGR, but he came down as Nambiar, in the sense that he did not keep his promises.
It is not fair to say that. Our term has not ended. We still have.
So we have to wait longer?
Yeah, hopefully. Because the damages has been done quite bad. So, of course, nothing going to happen in a single day, in a single night. Let our PMX complete his term. Then he'll come out with his report card. Then I'll come back to the studio.
Do you think that... the second episode, perfect, let's do it. Do you think that he will win the next election?
Of course. He will.
Okay.
Who else then? Name me one person who capable can handle the country now.
Hey, Muhyiddin is very good.
Oh. Okay.
I hear PAS also got some candidates. That's what I hear.
Let them try.
Try, yeah. So, okay, let's bring it back to MISI now.
Okay.
What is MISI's long-term objectives or vision when it comes to the upliftment of the Indian community? What is your vision?
My vision. Okay, that's a very good question. You see, MISI, the idea came in from my vision, from the minister's vision. Many are saying that our community needs help. Our social economy needs to be, uplifted. and we are expecting a lot of assistance from the government. But I always, when I talk to my friends, round table, or when I have a chance of chit chat, I will be saying that, you see, Indians, of course, everyone's religion is important. We need temple, we need church, we need mosque, we need everything, religion aside. But the most important thing that can change a person, a community, is a proper job and a proper salary. When a person gets a better job, for example, one boy will be having long hair, after college lah. Then suddenly he get a good, decent job. He will cut his hair, he will groom himself, he will try to look nice. Yeah. It's an office environment, respected work, all that. So he changed himself. So what will happen if everyone started to do that? You see, when I don't blame the youngsters, but the social problem comes from people who has no job, if you ask me. Salary tak cukup, then gangsterism will be there, pushers, drugs, all that is scheme cepat kaya. And they will not know what will happen to them in another 1 or 3, 4, 5 months, So when the community gets a good job, not for the educated youngsters alone, in MISI, if you don't believe, in MISI, there's a boy, he only has a UPSR result.
Okay.
And he's a cleaner in a lorry, He attended our training. This is a success story. You can see it in the TikTok. So his outfit, the way he came to the training also very karat lah. Saw him also. I also got freaked out.
For those of you who don't understand, non-Indians, karat means like, how do I explain karat? Karat
actually, you are good. You have transformed me into a lively conversation.
No, but how do you define karat?
Karat means
I use it all the time. I can't remember.
Rough.
Rough, yeah.
Rough,
a bit crude,
yeah.
crude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice guy. So he came for a training. It's about airport RAM workers, RAM trainers, how to handle the ramp and all that. So he came with a SPM result. He don't even have PMR, SPM. No, SPM result, UPSR result. Yeah. No, he attended 5 days training. And now he's working in KLA. And he got a permanent job.
Wow.
So I saw his picture. They will be updating us.
What did he learn in MISI? What's the course?
The RAM operator.
Okay,
operator, So you don't need a very high level education for all that. But now he's getting a decent salary. His starting wage is 2,300.
Wow.
And before this, he earns like 1,400, 1,500. Sometimes bulan-bulan pun tak dapat gaji. So that lorry thing lah, because he don't get job anywhere. Not even in any fast food restaurants. Don't take him. But he came. He got the 5-day certificate. We sent him for interview. He got a job. He's working in KLA. He's very happy. All that is our success stories. Not even him. Not only him. In Penang, the 2 of our participants, they are transgenders. I see male name lah. Then, but by their personality, they are female lah. 2 years, both of them tak dapat kerja. Never get a job
because of their
personality. Every time they go for interview, got rejected. Go for interview, rejected because all this. I don't know whether, of course, it's a discrimination, but they are very talented people. They came and attended our QC, quality control training, in logistic. So we conducted 5 days training. Immediately after the training, went for interview. Both of them are working now in one of the biggest company in Penang. They call it as Flatronics. They got a job. They're happy. They give us testimonies in TikTok. So these are the people, if we don't take care, slowly we will have social problems. The boy who are working in KLA, let's say he continues his work in, this lorry, then lepaking here and there,
his life
get influence, and it will goes back to the social problem of the community that we are facing. So giving a good job is our vision. A good, proper job, proper training can change Indians' way of living or social economy and to be a respected race in Malaysia. I think a proper job will do the work.
Fantastic again. But if this is such a good initiative, why aren't y'all, who are the Indian part of the Indian, I guess, leaders within Pakatan? I mean, our government now. Why aren't y'all pushing for this to be gazetted? I mean, this will be there.
We are trying that. We are trying that. Earlier to your question, let me relate this. When you are saying that a lot of Indians are saying that they are not satisfied with the MADANI government, Indian MP is not doing anything, we don't have Indian minister. I answer your question. Kementerian Sumber Manusia is YB Steven Sim. He is a Chinese, but he have started initiative for the Indian community. Is he an Indian? Does a person need to be an Indian to do a job for an Indian, to do something for the Indian? We need people like YB Steven Sim, people who have the heart to see what is happening. They don't need to be us, but they need to know our need. Okay? And he's a Chinese minister, and he have done this MISI for the Indians, which no minister have done it before. You know, that you wouldn't have heard all this happen, but it is done by the Chinese minister. So as a DAP man, I will say, why do I need a Chinese, Malay, Indian minister? I need a Malaysian minister enough.
Okay.
Correct? We don't need an Indian to help another Indian.
So right now, MISI is still accepting people to join their courses?
Yeah.
So they can apply through your website?
Yes, MISIofficial.com.
So they can come there, apply, and we
will contact
Are
them.
you all planning to add more sectors into your course list, or is this just a finalized list that you have?
We have the sectors. Actually, if you see, it's a 6 sector. There is the underneath. There is our sub-sectors.
Okay.
Which is more than like 200. For now, we're going to focus that. Of course, we can look nice. We will look luxuries, showing we have 1,000 sectors. But
it's not efficient.
It won't be efficient. I can show you 1,000 sectors we are giving job. No. We want to focus on the 6 sectors. You know, the job availability is there, good salary. Some of the training, after they attend training, there are job offering for 8,000, 13,000. You know, some of our guys also, they wanted to enroll themselves, leaving me, and they wanted to go and take up the job. I said, no, stop it. You know, you have to be here.
Yeah.
You know, some started to put in the resume, even my guys.
Okay.
So there are a lot of jobs offering big, high-level salary. I think slowly you will be coming there.
I've always wondered this, like if you look at China, for example, they have their one belt, one road policy where they bring out Chinese outside of China to work in other countries, right? Obviously, yes, you have a goal of 500 placements, but we must understand the job market in Malaysia has its limitations. You can only work, it's a small economy. Is there any plans to place our Indians who finish their courses here in foreign countries, like say Singapore, Indonesia?
You see, again, we are from Sumber Manusia, human resources. Our key focus, another key focus for the ministry is green job. We are calling back all Malaysians who are working in overseas.
In fact, if I'm not wrong, I think Talent Corp was started because of the brain drain, right? The 1 million.
Let's say MISI going to send our Malaysian to overseas to work. Then there will be a conflict between us and Talent Corp. Talent Corp is calling everyone back. We are sending people outside.
Okay.
What will happen? They'll knock MISI off lah.
So I guess opposition will have another bullet to fire. So congrats so much, and thank you so much, Diccam, for coming on. I really appreciate your time, and you have an amazing program. I
hope no one takes a lawsuit on me because there's a lot of name thrown in this podcast show.
A lot, yeah. Soon your DAP membership may be cancelled.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vinod.
You can focus fully on MISI now.
Thank you.
So guys, we'll be sharing the links to MISI. If you guys want to check out courses that you can learn, you can upskill yourself and perhaps even place yourself in jobs, drop in an application and join them. No matter which side of the political aisles you're on, whether you're opposition or government, you're more pro-PH or pro-Perikatan, I think this is a fantastic program that you guys can check out. So links will be in the description. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And that was Diccam again. We're sharing his links. Perhaps you can get in touch with him and check out all the amazing work he's doing. Till next time, guys, we'll see you. Bye.